This has been recorded before Christmas. It's coming out after Christmas. Reason being is I'm going to be using something that is somebody's present. And on the very, very, very tiny chance that this particular person should see, I don't want to spoil the surprise. So I'm recording it now whilst I've still got hold of it. But it will come out after Christmas. Now, let's say you have a child, 6, 7, 8 years old, that kind of thing. And they've seen you at home, you know, just... You know, they've seen you playing your guitar, doing whatever you do, you know, jamming out, everything like that. And they're like, I want to learn guitar, I want to learn guitar, I want to learn guitar, I want to learn guitar. Hey! Now, your first reaction is going to be, I'll get them a guitar. But your second reaction is going to be, it's Christmas. They've got, and then you'll go through everything that they've got. Now, I'm not going to say presents just in case I say a present that this person's getting, and I don't want to go into talking about prices and things like that, for obvious reasons. But you've spent money. You've spent a lot of money. I don't even have kids. I still spend a lot of money at Christmas. I mean, yeah. So you're looking around and you're trying to find a guitar. And you decide to go to somewhere like Amazon. Okay, fair enough. It's a child. Probably not going to learn guitar. They're probably going to draw all over the guitar. And it's going to get chucked in a closet somewhere when they realise that they can't bend a string or they don't sound like whoever, you know, whoever they're listening to at that point in time. I don't even know what kids listen to these days. I mean, I can't say One Direction because I've never seen them play an instrument. Not one of them probably couldn't, but whatever. But anyway, you find one. Look at that. It's for a girl, so... Hey, it'd be funny if it was for a boy, wouldn't it? Now, a couple of things you're going to have issues with when you do buy something like this is you don't have fret markers. If you ever look at the guitar, at a neck of a guitar, usually on the 3rd, not always, but at least from the 5th, 7th, 9th, 12th, so on and so forth, you will have a white mark or a pearl inlay or something like that, and on there you'll also have dots. Now, one of the good things about those is at a glance you can see where you are. Now, when you know that you're playing guitar, I mean, you can just go. You know, you know where the basics are, but when you're learning, you don't have a clue. And let's say you wanted to learn the E minor. Well, that's a 2nd fret. Okay? You got your 5th and your 4th string in the 2nd fret. Hold them down. Never realised how medieval it sounds when a couple of the strings are very slightly out. Yeah. 2nd fret. If you don't know guitar, you've never picked it up before, you're going to have to go 1, 2. Not a big whoop, not a big issue. It's just 2nd fret, it's easy. But you still got to count. Whereas when you've got a fret marker, you just, well, if you know one's the 3rd. And again, if you're a kid of a certain age, especially the age that would have something like this, how good is your counting? So visual markers do help, and that's the one thing I have always had against kids' guitars, is they don't have any. They don't have to be pearl inlaid, they don't have to be expensive bits and bobs. You can get tiny bits of plastic and sink it into the wood and so on and so forth. And I mean, the markers on there, well, you just put them in the paint and then varnish over them, and that's the other thing, they varnish them. But it's just annoying because at the end of the day, you could give this guitar, this very guitar, could go to the person it's going to, and spark something. You know, and in years to come, she could be an internet sensation on YouTube, giving it the old wallop, you know, and this could have sparked it. But at the same time, because there are no markers, because there's no guidance, and she's learning how to count, she's learning how to do all of this, she's pretty intelligent, don't get me wrong. But you know what I'm going on about. It's harder to figure out where things are. You know, now, she can count up to 10 very easily, obviously, but some kids might not be able to, and they might go, 1, so I know I need the 5th fret, so 1, 2, 6, 3, 5. And they might work it out by luck, but they might go 7, 5. And now all of a sudden it don't sound right. And all of a sudden it becomes a lot harder. And it's the one thing I've always had against them. But one thing you're probably going to come across is these are nylon strings, but they are cheap nylon strings. And they stretch. All nylon strings stretch. Whoops. All nylon strings stretch. But these, where they go through the bridge, you tie them up, you need, when you tune them, you need to pull them tight. Because if you don't, they're going to continually lose tune. And this is, it's already horrible because it's cheap strings. It's... And I have been tuning this for about 3 days, because I don't want to pull anything, because, you know, it's a child's guitar. The other thing is, what happens if you don't play? What happens if you don't play? And they want a guitar, and some member of your family gets them a guitar? Now you've got to fork out for lessons. Because you don't even know how to tune them. Use YouTube. There's lots of stuff on YouTube. And there are people who will sit there quite happily and do... I don't know where it's gone. Hold on. I'm back. I found it. It was a pick. Now, like I was saying, there's many videos, many uploads on YouTube, where somebody will sit down, if you've bought your kid a guitar, and you want to tune it for them, and they will sit there and they will go, all the way through the strings so that you can tune up to those strings. The issue is that the speed at which they do it is as though you know how to play a guitar, because they know how to play a guitar. And when you're tuning up a guitar for the first time, you need... You need that to go on and on and on and on, because you've got to try and find it. And the other thing is, what are they tuned to? Because this isn't, that's not an E, I'll tell you that here and now. That's done to my ear. Probably closer to a D, so an E would be about there. But then you've got to keep putting it back into tune, and you don't want to keep watching the same video over and over and over just to put it back into tune. Well, let's say that you've got your guitar for your kid, you found a YouTube video that done that, you've got it into a tune, but it keeps dropping out, because like I said, strings, over time they do, they fade, they stretch and they lose tune, and you should always retune them before you play them anyway. How do you do it? Well, let's say that you've got something that sounds about right. Like I said, I don't tend to use a tuner, I don't get on with them, and I prefer a deeper tune anyway. What you want to do, you've got your 6th E string, that's the top one. Because number one, yeah. Don't ask. Anyway, you got your guitar. You go to the 5th fret. Hold it. Yep. Now your 6th and 5th string, get me words out one day, should sound the same. So let's say, for argument's sake, you're in an E. That's E, E. If it was an E, A. So then the A is 5th. Because how it goes is E, A, D, G, B, E. From top to bottom. E, A, D, G, B, E. Now you can use a tuner. You can pick them up really cheaply. I wonder what this is actually in. Ooh, D sharp. Told you it was close to it. But anyway. And then the 5th again for the 5th and the 4th string. You're only holding the 5th string on the 5th fret. Should sound the same. Then you go to the D string, which is the 4th string. You hold that on the 5th fret. Always leave the string below open. Sounds the same. Now, you get to your 3rd string, the G string. Insert whatever comment you want now. You get to the G string. You go to the 4th fret. Hold it. Leaving the 2nd string open. And then when you get to the 2nd string, which is your B string, E, A, D, G, B, you hold that on the 5th, leave the 1st string open, and as long as they all sound the same, when you do that, yeah, for your kid, when they're learning, you're in tune, okay? Because that's going to be your biggest hurdle if you get a kid a guitar who doesn't, and you don't play. Because when I got given a guitar, I wanted a piano. I don't play piano, by the way. Don't even know how to play chopsticks. Believe it or not. I actually wanted a drum kit and a piano. And my parents decided it would be far, far, far quieter to get me a guitar. The thing is, none of them play an instrument. So I go to school, in my lunch break, guitar teacher came in, and you'd learn a little bit, you know, an A minor, and then you might learn a G. And then when you got home, been in the bag all day, so on and so forth, you get home and all of a sudden it's... How can you learn like that? And there's nobody around you that can help you tune. So you get a guitar tuner, but you don't have a clue what you're doing, and you always end up with a cheap guitar tuner, like this one, and you go to tune it, you get it right, and then just... and you have to go through the entire process. I won't drag you through the process. But the easiest thing to do is learn how to tune it. Get your 1st string, or your 6th string, sorry. Get that, and then 5th, 4th, 5th. So 5th, 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 4th, 5th. And that's close enough to learn on. But there you go. Somebody said, oh, when I did that, took a couple of photos and uploaded it. Somebody on one of the social media feeds went, oh, you should make some content using the guitar. Well, there you go. I've made some content. It's just been Christmas. Don't know how many of you will have gone out and got your kids a guitar because their favourite band or they wanted to learn or something like that, and you don't play and you're sitting there going, oh crap, the lessons are going to cost God knows what. Now you know how to tune it, you can keep it in tune, and you've got loads of YouTube videos that can teach them how to hold chords. There you go. Cheers for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do, and I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, guys.